este juego es el que me dieron, uno de los que me dieron acá gratis de junio por ser Plus. Entonces, bueno, vamos a ver hasta cuándo vamos a jugarlo, ya que no va a pagar más Plus hasta un buen tiempo. Pero bueno, nunca he jugado este juego, miramos qué tal nos va.
Big time coming from you, man. I study
Somos
your game.
algunos de los técnicos.
Appreciate that. But remember, nothing in this league is given to you. You gotta earn it. Trust me. I'm speaking from experience.
Scoot, welcome to 2K TV. We're so excited to have you here. Now, you are here at the mocap studio shooting for my career in NBA 2K25. How excited are you?
I'm really excited. I was just used to watch videos when I was younger, growing up, seeing them do the action and then...
Ay, sí, no. Vamos a ver. Bueno, la verdad no sé cómo
At the point. At center, standing 7'2", number 8.
Hi, everyone. Now, a look at Dallas' starting lineup. Daniel Gafford is out there with Davis. Then there's Washington. Then there's Irving. And it's Thompson in at the shooting guard. And for Boston, the small and power forward, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at center, locking down the middle. RJ, kind of a lopsided matchup tonight in some regards, but everyone loves an underdog.
Yeah, let's not forget, this is the NBA. Anything can happen, and even lower-ranked teams are elite. We could still have a real contest on our hands tonight.
Porzingis against Gafford. Right the pass to Porzingis. Holiday with it. Out to White. Back to Porzingis. Nice ball movement by Boston. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Venga, no sé. No sé cuáles son los controles. Porque bueno, listo, me va bien con los pases, pero ¿cómo lanzo a tirarla? No dice, me va a tocar después de solo.
Holiday against Irving. Davis, the pass to Irving. Trying to find Washington. Gets it to him. Nice D from Porzingis. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. And the officials into the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Thompson outside. That three off the mark. And for Klay Thompson, Richard, he's entering a different part now of his career.
And it happens to all of us. Father Time is undefeated. But Klay's game, his ability to hit threes as an elite level, that is not going anywhere, Kevin.
Gafford misses.
Had enough room to finish, and that's what he'll usually make.
Passes it to Blount. Now Porzingis, discarded by Davis. Outside Holiday. Over in the corner, White. Porzingis passes to Tatum. It's stolen by Davis. A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. Dallas again missing.
If he gets that look again, he should take it. You can't let one miss scare you off of a very good shot.
Here's Brown. Holiday left side. Back to Brown. Holiday, the pass to Brown. The kick out to Tatum. Feeds to Brown. Outside Tatum. Shot clock at 3. Porzingis finds Brown. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. The Mavericks have gotten only 1 of 6 shots to drop for them to start this game. High post, Davis. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
What a crafty shot by Davis. Like, what can't he do? Just a little rainbow high arc over anything that the team could defend.
Pass to Porzingis. He feeds it to Brown. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. And it's Thompson with the chain.
Oh, yeah, you're not going to catch Thompson in the open court. It's just not going to happen.
So the Celtics call timeout. They're first. Well, we know, GA, the Mavs are so adept at hunting the matchups they want. They're patient and methodical.
Yeah, they never look like they're in a rush, right? Even when you send a double or trap the ball, the Mavs stay calm and know where to go. It's what makes slowing down their pick and roll so difficult.
Boston off to a slow start. Looking for the first basket of the game. Holiday, the pass to Tatum. Pop pass to Porzingis. Irving against Howard. Got that one up quick. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Mavericks?
From the very start of this game, they have been giving the ball handlers trouble, using good pressure to force turnovers and get steals.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Here's Davis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And with Davis, you know that you're getting a nightly double-double threat and a versatile defender.
Arguably one of the best bigs of his generation, Anthony Davis. I know you admire his game.
Well, he takes over the game on both ends of the floor. You would look at a Tim Duncan, a Kevin Garnett, a guy that can beat you with 5 bump, or a guy that can dominate the post and score 25 a night.
Greg, as you were saying, beyond the blocks, what makes Anthony Davis special on defense is the way he navigates the floor.
Kevin, most bigs can get picked on in pick and roll action. Davis, though, too quick and smart to take advantage of. He can slip screens, hedge, switch, and recover like he's a 3-and-D wing.
And that's going to be a turnover. They call for 8 seconds. And the Celtics making a change here. Pritchard's checked in. The Mavericks also with a sub. Najee Marshall, he's checked in for P.J. Washington. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the Mavericks. Floats it up for Davis. Well placed. Alley-oop pass into the layup.
Excellent all-around performance so far. Hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Jason Tatum. Dinwiddie's checked in for Dallas. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. He told me, now that team goes as Anthony Davis goes. When AD is feeling good and he's in rhythm, everything clicks. Coach said we'll need a team effort at both ends. Our communication has to be excellent, and even then, we're not going to completely stop us. Guys.
Thank you, David. Dante Exum is checked in for Davis.
Second team foul. Checking in for the Mavericks, Dante Exum.
Here's Marshall.
Minutes remaining in the first.
Dallas moving the ball around. Irving can't hit.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
And it's White missing.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistently.
Nimble move there by Dinwiddie, challenging his defender to keep up.
Time called here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. And RJ, the combination of Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown winning a title together. That's something else.
There was some small talk going around about breaking them up. Good thing for the Celtic front office, they kept them both. In their first 7 seasons as a duo, they had 5 trips to the conference finals. That is a ridiculous run. .139 left in the first quarter.
to the wing on the left. And they get it. Rebound by Marshall. Mavericks leading by 14. Here's Irving. Lively finds Irving. No luck, they battled on the glass but couldn't knock it down. Irving's gone just 1 of 5 from the field. Here's Hauser. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Pritchard. He's covered by Irving. Pritchard gets the bucket.
And that ends the struggle. You can feel the tensions in the building with each miss.
Yeah, not the start that they wanted, but maybe that basket was all they needed to get into a little bit of a rhythm.
Here's Irving, following the three-pointer by Boston. A nice shot by Exum.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Here's White, and he gets it to go from the high post.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. The pass to Marshall. Oh, and the jam by Marshall.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out front.
An elite distributor for a big man. Horford is the kind of guy you want to play basketball with.
Here's Irving. Off on the layup. Beyond the arc. And again, Boston with the triple. With 1 on the clock, it's good!
Oh, beats the buzzer from way down before these fans are stunned.
Anthony Davis firing on all cylinders for Dallas. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Yeah, they're putting pressure on all the ball handlers, getting into the passing lanes and showing great anticipation.
Celtics trail by 12. The post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. Then it's Holiday. Then there's Jaylen Brown. And it's Pritchard in at the point guard position. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas. At one point, they led by 16. Richard, so many things about Drew Holiday's game we love, but what impresses you most about his game?
Well, I know it's an easy answer, but it's his defense. It's hard to be a feared defender in the modern NBA, Kevin. But Holiday is such a pest at all times on that end of the floor.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks. The Mavericks at last season's trade deadline added length by acquiring Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington. Jason Kidd says they help on both ends. Gafford has the ability to roll, he has great hands. PJ can put the ball on the floor and guard 1 through 5. And then defensively, they both bring physicality. Kevin?
David, there is an argument to be made. That was one of the best trades at midseason this league has seen in a very long time.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Now here's Tatum. Here's Pritchard. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
All his mid-range jumpers are created equal. That's one they'll take all night long.
Nobody near Irving. A three-pointer, no good. Celtics trail by 8. Here's Pritchard. That one goes in for him, too, making it look easy. He's now 4 for 4.
given the size disadvantage, you have to have a lot of confidence to take that shot.
And I like his belief in his game. Go at the taller defender, make him react.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Christie, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Williams comes in for Kyrie Irving. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. To the paint. Inside, Klay Thompson.
Klay can get it done inside, too. His role on this team is to score.
The Celtics have gotten 4 of their first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Tatum. Mavericks leading by 8. Williams kicks to Gafford. Out left to the wing. From deep, Washington. Buries it from three-point range. Washington's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. The three from Tatum. And it's Klay Thompson with the rebound. Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Richard, the Celtics have been among the NBA's elites for quite a while now.
Well, they've been a title contender every year for almost a decade now. Even with several coaching changes over that time, they've been the model of consistency. Brushing off the contact. Look, the dude is strong. When he gets in there, it's easy. That's an easy bucket.
On the wing, Thompson. Thompson with the three.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a three each time.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Costly error there. We'll see how they rebound from that miscue.
Well, they don't have time to dwell on that. They just need to learn from their mistakes and move forward. Next play.
Derek Lively, he's checked in for Daniel Gafford. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. Craig against Washington. It's through for a second basket. He's now 2 for 6.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jucket.
Here's Pritchard. 10 points for him. Horford finds Craig. Shoots over Washington. Craig can't get it to go. To the middle. Here's Christie. Over in the corner, Washington. Offline with his three. Celtics trail by 14. Horford inside the line. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
The offensive instinct of Horford, he knows exactly where to be, gets the pass, and gets it to go.
A shot by Thompson, and no one's around. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Down low. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. Horford from outside. Mavericks with the rebound. At one point, they led by 16. Over in the corner, Washington. Off target from three-point range. Austin has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Craig can't get it to go.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoided fouling, and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
Nice shot by Thompson.
Let me just say this, Klay Thompson is one of about... people in NBA history that you do not want to leave open for a three. The defense has to make it harder for him out there.
Here's Pritchard. 10 points for him. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. On the wing, Thompson. Guarded by Horford. And it's sent back by White. Over Thompson. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him. And it's Williams with the ball for the Dallas Mavericks. It's a 13-point game. Here's Christie. Craig pulls it in. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Inside. The feed to Horford. It's White on the wing. Pass to Pritchard. No good on the shot. And here is Williams. Thompson for the triple. Unable to get that one. And so is Dallas. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, PJ. Hot start offensively. How do you continue that in the second half?
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action. Foul. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
And how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column? Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
He always wants to be a go-to guy for them. I'm sure he'll be calling for the ball even more in this half.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks, they've got Anthony Davis. Klay Thompson is out there with Irving. Then there's Daniel Gafford. And it's Washington in at the 3. And finished off by Davis. And now we're being joined by our 2K insider, Shams Charania, who's calling in with a good story. Shams, what do you have?
Thanks. Many consider this summer to be the most challenging field in the history of international basketball. Nevertheless, Team USA got it done in Paris. It's not getting any easier, but the star power of the U.S. men's team shined bright in the City of Lights. Guys, a classic ending for a stacked U.S. roster.
You're right. What a performance. And Shams Charania with the report. Thanks, Shams. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, coming out of high school at 6'0", Derek White didn't receive any full scholarship offers. He says it was humbling, but it drove me to get better. Each time you have the doubters, you just put a little chip on your shoulder. The 29th pick overall in 2017 has come a long way. Kevin, chips are still there.
You're so right, David. Thanks. He's become a heck of a player.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Here's Porzingis. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
Over the last few seasons, we've seen the resurgence of Porzingis. And, Richard, it has been fun to watch.
Kevin, he's been effective on both sides of the ball. He's always been a good player, but his recent fit has really improved his play.
Unable to get the ball in bounds, they get called for the 5-second violation. A different look for Dallas. Marshall is checked in for Washington, and it's Exum in for Thompson. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Irving for 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. Here's Brown. And he can't stop the run as he misses.
Yeah, but the hand in the face, it's critical that you contest his shots every time down the floor.
Lets it go with the 3. The rebound by the Celtics. Porzingis has got his 6th rebound on the night. Tatum, that's for 2. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. And it's 6 points for Jason Tatum.
Savvy play from Holiday. Quick thinking helps him get the ball to the wide open man.
Count that one.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Here's White. Following the basket by Kyrie Irving. That one falls. Porzingis has got his 2nd bucket of the game to go.
And because he can score from all over the floor, Porzingis can find space inside. That's not the case for most 7-footers.
Now here's Davis. 12 points for him. Here's Gafford. And Gafford throws it down.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for him.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can feel Coach smiling on the sidelines with every offensive board.
Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Boston. Marshall passes to Irving. Releases from 15. Over in the corner, Marshall. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Marshall's got his second bucket of the night.
Smart decision to kick it out to another guy once the defense is fixated on him in the paint.
The Celtics have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Holiday. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 22. And Irving launches it from deep. And a miss there on the triple. We've seen them struggle on the half-court offense.
I had a coach that once told me sometimes guys just try to self-inflict too much. Whether it's getting out on the break or scoring in the half-court, you got to do it as a unit.
Here's Exum. Jason Tatum picking up that last basket. Exum finds Gafford. Davis gets a wide-open look. No good on the three.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks for range. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And the Celtics making a change here. Hauser's checked in. Dallas also making some changes. Spencer Dinwiddie's checked in for Exum. And it's Williamson for Kyrie Irving. They grab their own miss. Dallas moving it around. That doesn't go either for Davis. Celtics trail by 20. It's deflected. Gafford with the steal. Left side Williams. Over Holiday. Here's Gafford. Count the basket. Gafford's got 6. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stats game has been going for the Mavericks.
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And they're also finding a good deal of their points off turnovers tonight. Seems like every time they come up with an extra possession, they find a way to convert.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Horford comes in for Luke Cornett. And it's Torrey Craig in for Tatum. Then for the Mavericks, Derek Lively comes in for Davis. Christie subbed in for Marshall. And it's White missing. Mavericks leading by 22. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Picked his pocket. Horford with it. Defended by Dinwiddie. Horford the pass to Holiday. Driving the lane. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And how about the burst there of speed from Holiday on the drive, zipping in before the D can rotate.
Passes it to Lively. Here's Christie. Here's Dinwiddie. And that one is off. Holiday with the defensive effort. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Right side Horford. Shoots over Lively. And the basket by Horford.
And inside the paint really is where Horford goes to work. Still athletic enough and really makes it look easy.
Dinwiddie against Horford. Now here's Dinwiddie. He's tightly guarded. And Gafford throws it down.
And how sweet.
Bueno. Sí, pero la NBA, pues, este juego es de un juego gratis de PlayStation Plus.
Play. What's that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. That will count. No good. And so it's Dallas closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. Barring a disaster, it would appear they've got this game in the bag. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Perdí, creo.
And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate. And how about the setup this one?
We talk a lot about playing for one another. Right there with the pass, he's demonstrated what it means to do exactly this.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. And there's Porzingis, then it's Holiday, and it's Pritchard in at point guard. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play, the board and the pass.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. Now, here's Porzingis. Shoots over Lively. Kyrie Irving with the rebound.
Normally, he drains that.
Over to the wing. Washington inside. He's covered by Brown, and it's Washington missing. Tatum passes to Porzingis over Davis. Porzingis can't hit.
I think the defense will live with him taking mid-range jumpers, but maybe just a little bit more resistance.
The dish to Irving. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
A deceptive guard. Holiday draws fouls by keeping his defenders always on their heels over the course of the game.
At the line for the Celtics, Drew Holiday. At the line for 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one. And the second free throw, good. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. Looking to get back on track here. Porzingis with the block.
And just fast off the floor to challenge shots. Porzingis, this helps him get a lot of blocks like that. Washington, the man has no heart, and that's poor defense for a team that has a long way to catch up.
Effort like this makes you wonder if they've already packed it in for the game, ready to go into the...
Apuéstate, ya estamos en vacaciones. No. Si lo digo.
Bueno, seguimos.
Next, gotta at least show a little heart out here.
Now, here's Thompson. Pass to Lively. And it's Davis at the elbow. Irving for 3.
Son de este año.
Hands it from downtown.
Something that's not talked about is that he is a high IQ player. You got to respect how fast Kyrie makes decisions, especially when it comes to shooting the ball.
The deep 3 from Tatum. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Tatum against Irving. Lively the pass to Irving. Porzingis with the block.
Tómese una, no aguante.
And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
¿Qué plata? Démela.
Ball. Cornette, he's checked in for Pritchard. Najee Marshall, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Exum comes in for Klay Thompson.
No. Ahí deben tener de hace rato. Después yo me vuelvo a vestir y voy a la farmacia allí.